So excited about this one. Although I'm not a big fan of Michael Bolton, I do appreciate him a little bit more now than I did back in the day. Michael Bolton did come out with some powerful records. He did some R&B covers. He did a cover of When a Man Loves a Woman. That was a Percy Sledge record. He covered Georgia. Georgia on My Mind, Ray Charles record from Ray Charles version back in 1960. I think it was 1960, 61, 62, somewhere in there. And Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, Michael Bolton covered that. But Still Bars. Does anybody remember Still Bars by Michael Bolton? One of his most powerful, one of his most genuine, heartfelt efforts. I mean, he poured his soul out into this record. Still Bars. I-95 in Birmingham played that one in late 91, early 92. And Soul Provider was a pretty good record. Love is a Wonderful Thing, a Motown sounding record. It was a scintillating R&B record by Michael Bolton. I thought that was one of his best ones, but he was sued by the Isley Brothers because the Isley Brothers came out with a song of the same name in 1966. And oh my goodness, Isley Brothers, they took Michael Bolton to the cleaners. They were awarded $5.4 million. 66% of the projected single sales of the single. But here's the deal. It gets a little complicated. You see, from what I understand, the Isley Brothers version, the only similarities was the song title. The melody and the lyrics were different. Michael Bolton appealed. He appealed it. He went to the Supreme Court, but they dropped it. They just rejected it. They didn't even comment on it. But he does consider it his song, though. Love is a Wonderful Thing. And the Isley Brothers version was not even a hit, did not chart on Billboard's Hot 100, and I read that it did not appear on a studio album by the Isley Brothers. But there's definitely a Motown sounding record. There's no doubt of the Motown influence on this record, on that record. But let's get back. How Can We Be Lovers? To this record by Michael Bolton. Power ballad, no doubt about it. He was attacked. He was criticized by a lot of hard rock fans. He just. But here's the deal about Michael Bolton. A lot of people made fun of him. But Michael Bolton started out as a hard rocker of sorts. He put out his first album in 1975. He was known by his surname, Bolton. But it only got as high as number 209. It bubbled under Billboard's top 200 charts. Then he was in a group called Blackjack, and Blackjack they had out a song. They had out a song, around the summer of 1979. Love Me Tonight. It only got as high as number 62. Blackjack opened for Ozzy. How about that, hard rock fans? Bet you're not laughing now at Michael Bolton. And oh, it gets better. You're not going to believe this. Michael Bolton auditioned for the lead singing position of Black Sabbath in 1983. Let me double check my notes because I'm doing a double take myself. Yes, indeed, got it down. Audition for the lead vocalist of Black Sabbath, 1983. This record, written by Desmond Child, How Can We Be Lovers? Major talent, Desmond Child. I just talked about Desmond Child in the previous video. Song at number 24, Aerosmith's What It Takes, co-written by Desmond Child. Desmond Child, he's like the sixth member for a time, fourth, fifth, or sixth member of Bon Jovi. He has co-written You Give Love a Bad Name, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. He co-wrote Bad Medicine off of New Jersey. And what was that other cut off that album that he wrote? It was off the New Jersey album that Desmond Child wrote, Born to Be My Baby. We're talking that 1988, 1989 timeline. This guy's a phenomenal songwriter, Desmond Child. And somewhat more recently, he co-wrote, Waking Up in Vegas. Waking Up in Vegas by Katy Perry. Fourth single off her debut album. It went top 10. Video was brilliant to that song. It was 2009, and it was a great record. Living Living La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin. Remember that? 1998, 1999. Written by, or co-written by, Desmond Child. The other phenomenal songwriter who wrote this record by Michael Bolton, Diane Warren. Oh. You probably never heard of Diane Warren, but she's written a lot of hit records back in the 80s and 90s. Blame It on the Rain by Milli Vanilli, written by Diane Warren, either written or co-written by Diane Warren. Because You Love Me by Celine Dion, written by Diane Warren. Don't Turn Around, originally done by Aswad, A-S-W-A-D. It was a British act. It was a British hit. It became a hit for Ace of Base in 1994, written by Diane Warren. Have You Ever by Brandy, getting into the late 90s, written by Diane Warren. Look Away by Chicago. Live for Loving You by Gloria Estefan. And Just Like Jessie J's, remember that one by Cher? Written by Diane Warren. And she co-wrote this song. It was Michael Bolton, Diane Warren, and Desmond Child. You put together these three combustible talents, you're going to get yourself a hit record. So there it is. There you have it. Michael Bolton at number 23, up from 25 the previous week. Michael Bolton, How Can We Be Lovers? Fantasy Playlist, April 23rd, 1990.